Have any technical difficulties, reach out to me on the chat, and we'll see what we can do. Make sure to take care of yourself today. If you have props available, please have them by, or makeshift props, as many as possible, and we will play with some different things. So one of the things I talk about often is I feel like yoga is such a nervous system practice, and there's such a benefit in supporting the nervous system to just downregulate and connect to the parasympathetic state. And what's wonderful is that this can happen, doesn't need a ton of time to happen, but definitely there's a habituation process that occurs that when we train the body, it doesn't mean that our fight or flight instincts are numbed out, but we do build this muscle that helps us navigate stressful situations a little bit better, without completely taking down our system or depleting our body. So we're going to play a little bit with that, just opportunity to notice what happens over this next little bit and how you shift, especially if you're feeling like you're in a more activated place in your day today. So to start out, we'll begin in a seat. Feel free to use any prop that you have to create a little bit of uplift for your spine. And if your knees are above your hip line, you have tightness there, use any sort of additional prop here to the side of your knees. And one final other little thing, I actually have a little bit of knee tension on my knee. And if you ever experience that, any sort of like rolled sock or soft prop underneath of the knee can sometimes create a little bit of ease and relief in the cross-legged seat if you're finding tension there. Make any adjustments that you need to feel comfortable and lengthen through your spine. Make any movements through your shoulders, head, neck, mouth, jaw. And take in a deep, full breath through your nose or your mouth. Exhale it out, let go an optional sound or sigh. Eyes relaxed partway or completely closed. And again, take a full deep breath in. This time, shrug your shoulders up to your ears, create tightness in your face. Bring your hands to fists, hold the breath. With the exhale, let everything here soften, shoulders, palms, facial muscles. And take some time here, however long you need to arrive in this space, whatever else has been happening for you today, in activity, in conversation, in body tension or ease, in thoughts, in emotions. And acknowledge wherever you're at, especially in the mind, if there's busyness, thoughts of things to do or things in the past. Acknowledge that. And mindfully begin to deepen your breath, inhaling to create more expansion through your whole system here, taking full, alive breaths. And allow the exhale to be just as guided, just as intentional. And take time to work with this complete breath, flowing in with every inhale and slowly being expelled out with every exhale. With your next full in-breath, take your time, slowly expand your right arm up to the sky in a half sun breath. Exhale to lower hand through center. Inhale, left arm circles up. Exhale to lower the arm. Inhale, both arms expand up to the sky. Exhale, hands lower down through center. Inhale again, arms expand up to the sky. With the exhalation, pause with your hands in front of your heart space. Take a moment to set focus, direction for your time here. It might be just as simple as something that you need, a quality like strength or connection, ease, openness, healing, courage, perspective, forgiveness. What's one thing that you could use more of for the next little bit or for the next day or two? And to affirm this and each other's company in the virtual space, gently bow head to heart. And gradually release your hands down. Open your eyes if they've softened. Extend your legs out in front. Hands come back behind us to point forward. Point your toes and make any little movement just to release tension from your seated position. From there, gradually pause, return back into a seat, reverse if you're in the cross-legged seat. So the feet are in the opposite direction. Lengthen through your spine, inhale. With the exhalation, lean your torso over to the left side. Come forward for partway circle, then complete over to the right and back. And continue this motion, circular explorations here. Reversed in the opposite direction. Stay connected to the rhythm of your breath. Notice the circumference of your circles, honoring your range of motion. And from there, gradually pause back at center space. Inhale to expand arms to the sky. With exhalation, take your hands to your knees, round your back body, chin to sternum, cat stretch. Inhale, lengthen forward, arc through your low back, expand through front body, cow stretch. Exhale to return your low back to neutral, pause. Inhale to circle, arms rise to the sky. With exhalation, lean over to the right side, expand your arm up and over. Take another deep breath here. With your exhalation, lower your left fingertips out in front, create a little circular sweep all the way to the other side. Left hand plants, right arm up and over. Be with the breath. Exhale, again, sweep fingertips forward, circle around to the right side. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, again, circle over to the side space, right arm up and over. One more time to draw over to the right side. With inhalation, rise back up through center space. Exhale, hands to knees, round your back body, chin to sternum, cat stretch. Inhale, arc forward, low back curve, collarbones broad, cow stretch. Exhale to return low back to neutral. Inhale to expand, arms rise to the sky. With exhalation, spin and rotate over to the right side. Pause, inhale to lengthen. With exhalation, little gentle rotation of your ribs. Inhale, back off your twist. Exhale to rotate. Inhale to rotate through center. Exhale, twist. Inhale to lift back up through middle, arms to the sky. Exhale, round in, cat stretch. In breath, pulse forward, cow stretch. Exhale, return low back to neutral. Mindful with your body motion. Inhale to sweep, arms to the sky. Exhale, revolve left. Plant and support with your hands. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, gentle rotation. Honor your range here. Inhale to back off. Exhale to twist. 2 more times. Final cycle to rotate, gentle motion. Inhale to lift the arms to the sky. With the exhalation, release your hands back down. Extend your legs long, come off of your seated prop. From there, gradually swing your legs back behind you. Tabletop position. If you need to support your knees, double up your mat or use a blanket here for a little bit of added cushion. With the inhalation, expand your right leg back behind you. Circle through your back ankle, squeeze your toes. Pause with your leg about hip height or so. Whole body long. From here, pause any motion with your ankle, bend through your knee. Inhale to press your foot up towards the sky. Exhale, bend your knee, lowering down from the center. Inhale, little press, honoring the low back. So if there's any crank on the low spine, don't go super high with your foot. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. One more inhale for a little lift. With the exhale, level out through your hip. Extend your leg long, toes angle down, heel presses back, creating just a little bit more heat here. Stay right there, or with the inhalation, float your left fingertips for a tap dance. You can also take the hand to the back of your head, elbow to the side. Honoring any instability here as the core awakens. Deep in breath. Exhale to lower hand and knee down to the ground. Curl your toes under, fire up through your finger pads. A little curl through the tail, dome the upper shoulders just a little bit. And with the inhale, lift your knees off of the ground. This can be a tap dance, lowering and then lifting. Otherwise, stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale to release, knees down. Uncurl your toes, take your hands to your thighs, rise up, kneeling position, circle sweep the arms up to the sky. With exhalation, lean over to the right side. Take a breath, inhale. On the exhale, adjust your arm forward, circle all the way. Opposite side, right arm expand, left arm to hip. Take a breath. Exhale, circle, this time pause at center, both arms out in front. Inhale to extend up to the sky. Exhale to lower back down, table top position. Inhale to lengthen your left leg back. Take a moment, explore ankle circles, toes. Gradually pause, in breath here. With the exhale, bend through your left knee and start to play with the inhale as if you were pressing something of a heavy weight. Create a little lift, mindful of the low spine. Exhale to lower past the center. Inhale, lift. Exhale. A few more cycles. Final round for lift. Use your out breath to return your leg long. Fire up through the back heel, toes ankle down, leg strong. Stay right there. Start to shift the weight to your left fingertips. Always option to come under the forearm if the wrist feels tender. Tap dance with your right hand or take the hand to the back of your head, elbow to the side. One more full inhalation. Exhale, release, hand, knee down to the earth. Curl toes, fire up through finger pads. Again, little tiny scoop of the tail. Shoulders extend a bit upwards as you inhale, lift, knees off of the ground. Either tap dance or pause. Inner arms active, building a little bit more fire. Out breath, release. Uncurl your toes, hands come to your thighs. Inhale again, expand, arms rise to the sky. Exhale, lean over to the right side, take a breath. With the exhale, circle the left fingertips forward, make a little gesture, arc to the opposite side. Inhale. Exhale, return back through center, both arms extend. Inhale, lengthen through your spine, arms to the sky. Exhale, circle wide, lower your hands back down to the ground. With your inhalation, lengthen your right leg behind you. Take as much time as you need. Exhale, step your right foot in between your hands. Feel free to use 2 blocks here for support or come onto finger tents. In breath to lift, back leg high. With your exhale, as many steps as you need to come up to the front edge of your space for forward folds. Feet hip distance apart. And with inhalation, lift and lengthen halfway up so it's a little L shape, spine long. Exhale to fold. A few more cycles, your movement and breath here. Final inhale to elongate. With your exhale, a little bend in the knees, shift back and breath to circle the arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands release through center all the way down. Inhale, again, circle sweep the arms up to the sky. Optional sound, sigh, letting it go, the little release the arms. Take the feet a little wider. Open your toes just a tad to the right and left. Inhale to extend arms to the sky. With exhale, bend your knees, shift the weight back. Little squat. Inhale, lift back up, circle the arms. A few more cycles here. Move with your breath. Lower, inhale, open wide as you rise up with the arms. Exhale, arms float down and forward. Next cycle here, option to pause and sustain. You can always keep moving, otherwise here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 2, breathe arms to the sky. Exhale, hands lower through heart space. Relax your arms down, soften your gaze. Take a moment to feel, to notice. From there, reawaken your eyes. If they've softened, come up to the front edge of your mat. If you do have your props, have them nearby here. And with the inhalation, circle the arms high. Exhale, hands fold down through heart center. Fold into a forward bend. Inhale to elongate, halfway rise, spine long. Exhale to fold back down. Use the support of your props or hands into tents on the earth. Gradually step right foot back behind, back heel all the way down to the earth. Toes can be facing forward or any angle with your ankle that feels comfortable. Mindful of your hips. You can always take your right foot out wider for more hip support. With the inhalation, lengthen through your spine here. Micro bend in the front knee is very welcome if the hamstring feels tender. As you exhale, slowly start to fold forward to your own degree. Might need to make an adjustment here for length between the feet. And from there, start to soften your head, your torso. If you don't have props and the hamstrings are a little more tender, know that you can always take your forearms onto your front thigh and get the same support here. So the hands do not need to touch the floor to feel what's going on in the pose. So the interesting part about stretching in the human body is that when we stretch, it's not permanent. You probably know this. Things tighten up again. And there is this opportunity to release tension, to invite more mobility for some, especially if the tightness is impacting range of motion in a particular joint. Allowing the release of any unnecessary holding, not only work on the physical, but also allow a little bit of added softening through the internal landscape. Take 3 more cycles of conscious breath here. Know that any little micro movements, explorations are always welcome to Check in with your posture. With your next breath in, lengthen through your spine here. Exhale, bend your knees just a little bit. Inhale to rise up. With the torso, re-straighten the legs. Take a moment. Feel free to make any adjustments with the feet to get comfortable here. Inhale to circle, arms rise up to the sky. With your exhalation, take your hands back behind. Either hands come to opposite elbows for support, or know that you can take the hands, palms touching, sliding up the back body. This can be a little intense for the palms and shoulders, so be super aware if that works for you. Keeping this, inhale to lift up and out. Start to lean back from your mid and upper back. This extension of the spine. Keep your legs anchored, strong. And as you open here, check in with your mind. Where is your attention, your focus? Opportunity to come back to your breath if your mind has traveled. Inhale to return back through center space. Release your hands, step up to the front edge of your mat. Root into your left leg, hands to hips. Find a little gaze point for balance down below. On your inhalation, lift your right knee. Either keep the hands here or take the hands underneath of your hamstring, if it's available, to the front of your leg. And start to create a little tug up. At the same time, the hip angles down towards the ground. So you're doing a little resistance stretch. If the balance is really not fun for you today, focus more on the stretch and bring yourself up to the support of a wall. So you're actually taking the balance out of the equation. Honoring your own degree doesn't need to be super intense here. Little tug up at the same time, hip flexor presses down. Relax any holding through your mouth, your teeth. One more inhale. With your exhale, gradual release, foot down to the ground, front edge of your space. Inhale to circle, arms rise. Exhale, hands fold down through heart center, forward bend. Inhale to elongate, partway rise. Exhale to fold back down to the earth, hands to floor or block. Step your left foot back behind. Adjust, check in what's going on with this foot. Toes pressing forward or a little bit angled out. Foot wider out for hip support. Inhale to elongate partway. With your exhalation, gradual dip of your front body. Find the degree that works for you here in the stretch. Front knee can always bend a little bit. Relax to your head, your neck. Option for forearms to thigh if you don't have props. No big deal. Few more cycles here to stay with what is unfolding for you in your own body. Staying curious. And stay aware. If too much tension builds up, support your nervous system by making a conscious adjustment. One more inhalation and exhalation. With your inhaling breath, gradual lift up through center. Exhale to relax. Adjust your feet here as you need. And with the inhale, circle the arms up to the sky. Out breath 2, take your arms back behind. Interlace the hands or palms, connect, traveling up the back body. Legs super strong, start to lift up and out of your waist, gentle back extension in sky gazer pose. Chin can tip just a little bit. Stay super mindful on the cervical spine here as to not to over crank it with the head's weight rather. Notice the way that the breath potentially moves the abdomen here, the ribs. Might feel an added stretch in the opening there. And use an inhaling breath to return your torso back to center. Release your hands, step up to the front edge of your space. Root into your right foot, gaze point for balance, hands to hips. Inhale to lift your left knee. And again, either a clasp underneath of the hamstring, little lift, hip flexor presses down, or hands interlace in front of your knee. Feel free to use the wall again for support here if the balance is a little bit too much today. Two more rounds of slow, conscious breathing here. And with an out breath, slowly release your left foot down. If you're by the wall, come back to the front edge of your space. Inhale to circle your arms up to the sky. With exhalation, take your hands back behind, interlace your hands here, knuckles stretch back. The shoulders are a little bit more contracted. This is where a belt or a shirt can come in useful. Extending out, a little bit of a wider grab with the strap. Inhale to lengthen. And with your exhalation this time around, hinge at your hips, fold forward, letting your arms extend towards the ground, whether you're using the strap here or interlacing the hands. If you're interlacing the hands, sometimes opening the palms a little bit wider as the fingers still stay clasped can provide something interesting. Micro bend the knees as much as you need. Relax to your head, your neck. Feel free to stay stable here or add a little bit of gentle sway with your torso. Right to left, forward, back, very gentle, slow motion. One more breath. Exhale to stay in the forward fold, release your hands down or your prop. Inhale to elongate halfway up. Exhale, fold back down to the ground. Hands touch down. Step one foot, one knee down, then other foot, other knee down, returning to tabletop position. With tabletop, inhale through your left arm, expanding the left arm to the sky. Exhale, thread, forearm behind forearm, land down onto your shoulder, side of the head. If your head isn't comfortably on the earth, fill in the space. Use your blanket or even a block here to fill in the space and create a little bit more comfort. Rotate through your spine. The right hand can stay right there, or can also take the right arm to your left hip crease.
Staying super mindful that there's not over pressure on your left shoulder. Continuing to honor your range of motion in your twist. It doesn't have to be over the top deep here to get the benefit. Allow your breath to soften a little bit here, but still stay conscious, aware of guiding the breath. And check in with mental attention. And slowly, if your right hand is elsewhere, return it back down to the earth to help you out. Root into the hand. Inhale to lift your torso through center, sweep. Left fingertips to the sky. Exhale to release your hand down. Inhale, right arm expands, ribs open with your out breath thread, forearm behind forearm. And take your time, explore what this side of your body needs. So if there's discomfort in your shoulder or your head, use a prop to fill in the space here and offer a little bit more support to your body. And explore any placement of your left hand. And finding a place in the posture where you can sink into your breath, invite a little bit more ease. Soften through mouth, jaw. And staying aware of what is happening through this twisting action in your body. A few more cycles of the breath. And if your left hand is elsewhere, return it back down to the ground to help stabilize. Take a mindful inhale, rise back up with your torso, arms spiral to the sky. On exhale, release your hand back down. Take one cycle here. Inhale to draw forward, cow stretch, open through your spinal column. Exhale to scoop your tail round, chin to sternum. In breath to return. Low back to neutral. With the exhalation, take a moment, roll over to one side of your hips. Extend your legs out in front. Grab any prop that you have around you, so all props towards the back edge of your mat, so they're within your space, within reach. Bend your knees, inhale to elongate your spine. On your exhalation, take your time, slowly begin to recline all the way down onto the earth. Once you're on the ground, lengthen your legs long all the way onto the earth. Use an inhaling breath
Expand your arms above the top of your head. Take a full body stretch. Point through your toes. Fingertips point back, as if you were being gently tugged in both directions. Open through your mouth, your jaw, ribs expand. Deep inhalation. Exhale to release your arms by the side of your body. Bend both of your knees. Take your right ankle to your left thigh, right below your knee. This might be enough here. Figure 4 stretch. If you need more, lift your left foot off the ground. Option to interlace your hands. Right hand through the window opening. Left hand wraps back behind of your hamstring or the top of your left knee. Keep in mind here, if your shoulders are way off the ground, if you're interlacing your hands either behind your hamstring or your knee, it's could potentially hinder your ability to relax. So use your tie or belt equivalent to take the tie behind the hamstring or on top of your knee, and then hold the ends of the tie somewhere where your shoulders can actually be back on the ground. You'll still be able to activate in the same way, but create a little bit more ease for your body. If your left foot is off the ground, you're not feeling enough in the stretch, start to draw your legs towards you. At the same time, press them slightly away from you to create a little bit more activation here in the stretch. Remember, micro movements, welcome. Deep breathing, still present, even if the breath is a little softer. One more final inhale. Use your exhaling breath to release. Foot down. Both feet unwind. Take a moment here. From there, switch left ankle to right thigh. Check in what this side of your body needs. Might be completely different. Either staying right here for the stretch or explore any other posture options that serve you. Use your breath as an ally here to support your body. This opportunity to tone the nervous system, especially the parasympathetic state. Eyes softer, inviting the body into a place of calmness. Even if you're experiencing heat, sensation, this paradoxical way in which we can be at ease and then also present to activation, stretch, sensation. Two more rounds of deep breathing here.
Я сделаю мute. Но она рекордит.
With exhale, release your hands from wherever they're at. Keep your feet off of the earth. If your feet are off the ground, lift them, both hands behind your hamstring. Inhale to extend your legs to the sky. Point your toes, make any circles with your ankles, squeeze your toes. It's releasing any little bit of pressure from the underside of your knees. One more deep breath. Exhale, release both feet down to the ground. From here, touch the soles of your feet together. Open your knees to the right and left for supine, reclined, bound angle pose. If you're not feeling much of a stretch in your inner groin, you can explore drawing your heels a little bit closer towards your body. If this is way too intense, use some props to either side of your knee. Either the blocks or a rolled blanket or cushion can work well here. It might be that one side of your body, one knee, needs a little bit more support than the other. Relax your hands somewhere where they can be at ease. And from there, if it's available for you, explore taking your hands, interlacing them behind your head. Open your elbows to the right and left, so mirroring the position of your knees with your elbows. And providing a little gravity assisted stretch here for the pectoral muscles. Relax through your facial muscles, let gravity do the work here. And stay aware of where your focus is at. Know that you can always release any pose earlier than I guide you. At the same time, opportunity here to see what's showing up. If your focus has drifted, come back. Can you invite curiosity about what is happening in this moment in your body, in your breath? 3 more rounds of active, deep breathing. And use a soft inhaling breath to gently release your hands. Hands come to the side of your legs, knees to lift. Back up through center space. Lift your feet off of the ground once more. Hands behind your hamstrings. Lengthen your legs to the sky. Stretch out underside of knees. One breath here. With exhalation, release your feet back down to the earth. Adjust your heels about 5 to 6 inches away from your sitting bones. If you have a prop like a block, keep it nearby. With the feet anchored, shoulders pressing down, squeeze through your glutes just a little bit with the inhale. Lift your hips and pelvis off of the ground. Slide your block underneath of your sacrum. Choose the height that works best for you here for supported bridge. It's a little bit of a higher option, but if you don't have a prop, you can always explore scooching the shoulders under and taking your palms underneath of your hips to create a little bit of support. But that might add a lot of pressure on the elbows and again, make the bridge higher than you want it. So stay aware if that's an option that serves you.
You can also just sustain the bridge more actively or take a moment to pause here. If you do have a block prop and you're in the supported bridge, option here to also extend one leg and then the other to the sky for a supported shoulder stand, letting the blood flow reverse, activating through the lymph system. Micro bend in the knees is a very valid option here. If you feel tightness, the legs don't need to be completely straight. Stay with the breath here a little bit longer, especially if you're sustaining the bridge pose more actively. Note that you can release at your own rhythm. If legs are elevated to the sky, use the soft exhale to return your feet back down to the mat, the ground. With your legs active, shoulders pressing a little bit, glutes squeezing. Inhale to lift off of your prop, move it to the side. On exhale, land back down to the earth. Take a moment, a pause. And with a soft inhale, lift your feet off of the ground. Either take your hands on top of your knees or back behind on your hamstrings. Use a little bit of arm strength to start to bring your thighs towards your body. At the same time, start to press in the exact opposite way, resisting. Knees or hamstrings press into the palm of your hands. See if you can find about a 30 to 40% engagement here in both directions. You might feel some tension building in the hip flexor. This is the intention to create a little bit of sensation there. So sustain this equal activation in and out for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Take a deep breath in. From here, release the knee pressing outward engagement. So hug your thighs just a little bit more towards your body. Even if it's very minute shift, see if anything has adjusted. Sacrum and low back still on the ground. One more time, create this dynamic activation. Hug your thighs with arm strength towards you. At the same time, resist. Knees press back into your palms. If you're not feeling much here, activate more in both directions. Stronger hug in, stronger press into your palms. Sustain here for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Deep breath in. Exhale to soften the knee, press, hug your legs more in towards you. Notice if anything is shifted. One more inhale, releasing of the hip flexors. And with your exhalation, extend your legs once again long onto your mat. Take another full body stretch. Inhale your arms above the top of your head. Press fingertips back. Toes forward, elongate here through your whole body. One more deep inhalation. And with exhale, gently release your arms by the side of your body. Make any adjustments here that you need for your final posture for relaxation. Use any props underneath your knees. If your low back is very tender, you can always bend your knees, one knee resting to the side of the other. Also, fetal position is a very valid pose here, rolling over to one side or the other if that creates more ease for you in your body. Feel free to utilize any additional props to cover your eyes. Take your time to adjust, create as much comfort as possible here for your body. Once you've settled in, let your whole physical frame be held by the ground. Release any tension through soles of feet, toes. And soften any holding through your abdominal muscles, hips. Relax your shoulders, throat, neck. Releasing tension from mouth, jaw, temples, nose, eye sockets, and eyes. Eyelids, forehead soft. Take this time to simply be, to rest, and receive your time in practice. I'll come back in a little bit to guide you back out. And very gradually become more aware of your physical structures as you rest here. If you have a little bit more time to stay in this pause, go ahead and remain right here. Otherwise, slowly allow for the breath to become more into your awareness. And invite little motions for waking with wrists and ankles, fingers and toes. Any movements for head, neck, facial muscles. With care, bring your knees to center, roll over to one side or another in a fetal pose. Taking a brief moment there. And from this place of possibility and new beginnings, take one hand to the ground, rise back up. To take a supportive seat, use a prop to uplift your spine. Invite eyes to be at ease. Once you get settled, palms reconnect in front of heart center. And check in here in this space, anything that has shifted for you, especially around your nervous system. Is there any added calmness or ease? And to acknowledge your own intention for this time, the word or two that you called in at the beginning of our time together. And also to affirm each other's company. Gently bow your head to your own heart. Celebrating your wisdom, your dedication, your strength. Namaste.